Why can't you get a job? LinkedIn is a nightmare. That's for sure is.
For sponsoring this video.
Oh damn. Put on the red.
Jesus Christ, that look like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
Actually, it does look like that.
One of the only constants in the human experience is this. The only thing worse than job is no job. Being unemployed puts you in this weird desperation mode. All of a sudden, you're panicking and checking job postings like it's a Twitter feed.
Yeah, it's incredible. I literally been looking for a job for like, I don't even know, like at least 6 months now. I want to start my own company and do freelancer stuff, but it didn't work out the way I wanted. So ever since then, I'm just doing projects and looking for a full-time job. But it is insane. It is crazy. It is crazy.
A somewhat presentable outfit to wear on a Zoom call. And for weeks, you spend your time visiting prison-lit office spaces or Zoom calls and talking to someone who has your entire future in their hands, and they don't seem too visibly pleased with your existence. Every interview is like a first date, except it doesn't end with a chance of physical intimacy. It ends with the chance of you getting a job that you're eventually going to hate and you're eventually going to get fired from, and the cycle continues every year and a half. Getting a job sucks.
It sucks so much. It's so bad. So many interviews, so many test jobs you have to do. Like, I literally, first you apply, then there is like either an email exchange or like a phone interview. Then you might have like a video interview or like a Zoom call, a Google Meets call, whatever. Then you have to either do a test job or something like that, or you have another online interview with the department you are applying to, not just the HR part of the whole company. Then you have a personal interview and who knows how many other steps. It's insane.
Ducks Wang.
So much effort.
Exactly why the modern job market is a clown show, and also why my generation is absolutely screwed in finding any kind of, sustainable income. Because unlike LinkedIn recruiters, I'm going to tell you the cold hard facts. I'm not just going to lie to you and say you're perfect for a job through some automated message and then put you in a database of 3,000 people to pick from whenever they need to fill a position. I hate recruiters. I used to be one. They suck. Being unemployed is no fun. Well, it kind of is. For a little bit, it's kind of fun. At first, you're just on like a mini vacation. You're playing video games. You don't have to listen to Slack notifications. You're eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But then the days begin to blend together. Your homies aren't around to play video games with you. You're just filling out applications in an endless loop of sadness, and you're eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but in a bad way, like you have no money kind of way. But if you are currently in the unemployment pickle, fear not, because you are definitely not alone. Over 6 million people are unemployed in the US right now. Thanks, insert current president at time of viewing. But the good news is there are currently 9.5 million jobs available. So I think I just solved unemployment. We'll just give those people those jobs. Just shuffle those people into those jobs like cozy little hermit crab. You'd think it would be that simple, but it turns out that those positions all are bad. They all suck. All those jobs that are available, they all suck. I mean, I bet some of them don't suck, but those will soon be filled by, children or cousins of the person who works there already. Those jobs don't go to people like you and me. According to my research, fast food, warehouse, and retail jobs are projected to have the most openings in this decade and and if you've ever worked
pay the last. Usually.
That shit sucks, am I right? If you've ever worked a service industry job, you know it's bad, and it's only getting worse over time. People are getting beat up, people are throwing hissy fits because there's no mayo on their burger. Just a tough time to be serving up smiles in the good old US of A. Maybe that's why 44.5 million people quit their jobs in 2023. Or maybe it's just because kids today don't want to work. Thanks a lot, current president. But once you're jobless, you gotta start the process of job searching, obviously. Now, at this point in the video, I want to harken back to the very first video I ever made in this format, which is the fact that college is a goddamn scam. A scam, sadly, that we are all pretty much forced to take part in. Currently, millions of jobs require you to have a college degree, even for jobs that the people who are in right now don't have college degrees for. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but it makes sense. For example, only a third of administrative assistants have bachelor degrees right now, but 75% of job postings require you to have one. So do you see the discrepancy? Do you see why things aren't correct?
That is actually a good thing in my field, that I mean, like online marketing and such things. They usually require you to have some sort of a degree that is like kind of connected to it. So me with like a media degree, I can like get in with this. They usually accept it and call me back. But there are definitely jobs where you like, the entry is that you have a bachelor's degree. at least a bachelor's degree, but of course there are those that like require even more than that. It's crazy.
College degree is pretty much a, hey, I am desperate and in a lot of debt coupon that a lot of corporations want to see so they can understand that you're malleable before you go into the position.
No.
According to LinkedIn, 60% of employers reject qualified candidates just because they don't have a college degree. This has led to a term that researchers have called degree inflation. Isn't that a fun one? That doesn't sound like the end of modern society. It's just one way employers weed out applications because according to LinkedIn, every job has at least 118 applications. And after that, only 20% of those applications are contacted by an interviewer. And because of those tough statistics, on average, you have to apply for 200 jobs before landing one. Which one is insane, and two, it's a huge fuck you to all the boomer dads who tell you, well, did you go in there? You shook his hand? Did you?
The thing is that I actually get like a bunch of like callbacks, like a better ratio than he mentioned. And like I literally there was like a month like 2 months ago where I was overwhelmed because I had to like earn money on my own to, you know, work, doing my projects and stuff. And then I still had to do so many like test jobs that require hours. Like I just did not have time for it. And they give you like, do it like the next day. Do it in like they give you 3 days or some shit. And like, bro, no. I don't want to do I don't know how many tests and... Oh, there was one, oh my god. Okay, I'm just talking about these later. Jesus. I get so mad. I'm so into this right now.
Make eye contact, bring your application in person. Yeah, that might have worked back in 1987, Pops, but nowadays you need at least 80K worth of debt strapped to your back and 4 years of experience for an entry-level position just to get a Zoom call. But how does one get to the interview stage of the job hunt? Well, wouldn't you like to know? But I'm doing an ad now. I'm doing an ad because I also have to eat food, and this is my job, so, you know, here we go. Looking to distract yourself from the never-ending torture that is job hunting? Well, let me introduce you to the most comprehensive vehicle combat game, War Thunder. I don't care if you're an accountant working at a Fortune 500 company or one of those unemployed people who constantly gives plasma because when you play War Thunder, you're the war hero. War Thunder lets you command 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships, all from 10 major
I played this game already. I don't need the ad.
Armored cars of the 1920s to modern fighter jets and main battle tanks. Throw that out the next time you're chatting around the water cooler. War Thunder has one of the most sophisticated vehicle damage models in gaming. Every vehicle is intricately modeled down to the individual components like engines, fuel tanks, weapons, and crew, all susceptible to damage or disabling from enemy fire, and different types of armor, shells, and missiles behave like their real-world counterparts, all brought to life by detailed graphics and authentic sound effects. War Thunder is available right now for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. But if you use the link in my video description, new and returning players who haven't played in 6 months get a
I don't know what is more sad. The fact that I could name almost every vehicle in that ad because I play this game, or the fact that I play this game. I don't know. Yeah.
Massive bonus pack. This bonus pack has all kinds of goodies, like the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor.
I would have want a freaking blue Sherman.
Premium account. So go ahead and click the link in the video description for the exclusive bonus pack and join a community of over 70 million online players in epic PvP battles today. Delve into the breathtaking war experience that is War Thunder.
His ad was pretty
good.
How
technology keeps advancing. You know how that train keeps trucking, even though experts warn that we should probably slow down a little bit. You'd think with all this godforsaken technology, things would be getting a little bit easier for the common man. Things would be getting a little bit better. Would you not think? Would you not think that'd be possible? You'd think having things like the internet and LinkedIn would make it easier to get a job, right? Wrong.
Oh no.
Wrong. Actually, you clown. Did you say right? Did you actually? How did you not see that obvious sarcastic bit playing out? Leave. Leave the video. I'm not kidding. If you said you're an idiot, get out of here. One of the worst parts about being unemployed is the amount of time you have to spend on the demon portal that is known as LinkedIn. If you don't know, and God do I envy anybody in that camp, LinkedIn is a place that combines job postings with social media of the world's largest corporate circle jerk. If you work in HR or upper management, or you just really love polo shirts and false enthusiasm, then LinkedIn is for you. You should check it out. And unfortunately, this mix of toxic positivity, corporate ethos...
It's weird place. It's a weird place.
It's a very important part of getting a job nowadays. So let's just break down some of LinkedIn statistics and prove to everybody that this shit sucks so bad. So LinkedIn is one of the largest job posting boards in the world, with over 59 million companies having LinkedIn pages. A number that makes you think, 59 million companies? That's a lot of branches off of the main 10 ones. That's like if everybody in Italy started their own company. That's a lot of spicy meatballs. So according to my hot and reliable sources, every minute 6 people get hired by using LinkedIn, which sounds fantastic. You know, that sounds like terrific turnaround until you realize that every second 140 applications are sent in. So every minute there are 6 people getting a job, and every second there are 140 people looking for a job. That not good math. I'm not a mathematician.
Eh,
That doesn't look like it's working out too good.
That's
so if you're
really
trying to get a
bad.
job on LinkedIn, not only do you have to fight against every other person on the planet for every job, and you have to wade through all the terrible job listings, you also have to wade through the people who post on LinkedIn, not jobs. Like they post posts. They're all insane. Everyone who posts like actual things on LinkedIn, they're all crazy people. For some reason, linked influencers, which is a real term, are people who just post the most bootlicking, insane shit I have ever seen in my entire life. Let's just look at some of the ones I was able to pull. Let's see what we got. We have Nicole, who is a multi-industry transformation leader with an international work. You know, you can tell these people all suck because their jobs mean nothing. The titles they give themselves. This morning at my local coffee shop, the owner said to me, "Your HR people sit around, do nothing, and earn the big bucks." No one said that to you. Who the f would say that to you? Without thinking, I blurted out, "We carry the emotional labor of our organizations. What value would you put on that?" Silence. Winky. Oh my god. Shut the f up. What would you have said? Hashtag human resources, hashtag HR community. No one cares about HR people.
What?
You guys suck. No one has ever left an HR meeting and thought, man, those guys should be getting paid more for that bullshit work that they're doing. I just don't get why you'd make up a story like that. Actually, I do. Getting clicks is the thing, too. That's how I made my whole career. But also, no one's believing that shit. And if they do, they're stupid. Jay, whose job title is I help law firms optimize their PR and marketing and whatever, it's all bullshit. Abraham Lincoln was a thought leader and content creator.
What?
What? And if he was alive today, I bet he'd be actively sharing his ideas on social media, not only as means of pursuing political office, but also to build his legal practice. Sure, I guess. Why are you picking on Abraham Lincoln like that? Like, you're just spouting nonsense, dude. You could have said Gandhi would have been a social media person. Why'd you pick Abraham Lincoln? Then we have Peter, who is a proven SEO specialist, boosting revenue for online. See, like, none of these titles can fit in the title, because you're blabbering. What happened to boss? You know? What happened to the boss of something? Why do you have to have this whole title? I have a secret. Do you pee? Most people are not even aware that this is a real thing. Since 2015, I've struggled with peeing in a public rest. What? What, dude? I've missed weddings, held my pee up to 10 hours, social events, and going out in general because I was too afraid I was going to pee or not.
Why is he posting that on LinkedIn? Like, where are we going? He's a goddamn SEO specialist. Just do your SEO. What?
I've been doing exposure therapy, which is immensely helpful. You just peeing in front of somebody?
What?
Are you paying someone to pee in front of them? I'm trying to get at that you need to expose yourself to the fears and go outside your comfort zone for success. Do not expose yourself. And the way he is exposing himself, that's against the law.
That sounds so
this
bad.
Guy is an influencer, and he's saying this stuff, and people are eating it up. So good luck looking for a job while you're looking at that stuff. Because how does anyone pay attention? How does anyone get any work done when they're on LinkedIn? Because people are just saying insane things all the time.
Ooh.
So when looking for a job on LinkedIn, it's important to know what exactly you're looking for. And I'm not just talking about pee pants over here. I'm talking about the bullshit job listings. And my God, there are a lot of bullshit job listings. I mean, first of all, we got the scammers. That is a huge problem on LinkedIn.
Scammers are not only a problem on LinkedIn. I mean, have you seen those goddamn Instagram job odds? Like, you can earn from like $500 a day to $10,000 a day and bullshits like that. And those are like ads and job listings on Instagram, and all of them are goddamn scams and like pyramid schemes, and like I don't even know sometimes. It's so bad. And even if you report them, there's like 100 more. It's crazy.
In 2021, 32 million fake accounts were identified on LinkedIn. And I would understand if that fact came out of like Twitter, like Russian, troll bots are just trying to destabilize the human.
Oh, Twitter is just... it's so bad with bots. It's insanely bad with bots. And all of the bots have got them blue check marks. It's just... yeah, thanks, Alan. Good job, buddy.
Experience. But LinkedIn bots are way more malicious. Fake LinkedIn accounts are trying to get your personal info and money as fast as possible. During the pandemic, when a lot of people my age lost their jobs, a lot of my friends and me included all kind of almost got scammed by these people. And if you think about it, it is shockingly easy to get a lot of personal information out of somebody if you just pretend you have a job for them. Think about any online job you've ever applied for. If they reach back out to you and ask you for your social security number and your birth date, you're just gonna give that to them. Because why would Staples lie to me? What are they gonna use my personal information for? To buy paper? something. And on LinkedIn, it's really hard to identify whether it's a real company or just some dude in Turkey who's trying to take out a boat loan in my name. So remember when I said you had to put up 200 resumes to get a job? Well, good luck not letting one of those be a scammer, because that's, you know, it's a big net to cast. But let's say you're dealing with a for sure real company that has a real job posting. Lucky you. Well, good luck figuring out how to get that job, because the things they are asking people to do nowadays are insane. When I wrote this script, I typed an entry position on LinkedIn and I pulled up the first one. And this is just a grab in the bag. Look how crazy this is. This is for a digital content specialist, because that's the closest thing I could say besides internet clown that would fit my, you know, description. It pays $15 to $20 an hour, which is not great. It's on site, not remote at all, and it's contract work. So they're doing that so they don't have to pay you insurance. So that's good. That's like 90% of the reason why you get a real job. So 15 to 20 an hour, depending on how much they like you. Here are all the things you have to do. And let me remind you, this is an entry-level position. Entry-level. Administer in-house creative needs for the digital marketing team, supporting over 40 frontline artists. You are in charge of 40 people. Create animated assets for social media banners, online graphics, advertising assets, Spotify canvases, visualizers, kinetic lyric. Holy shit. Edit and deliver both short form and medium form videos of social media and streaming platforms. Editing various behind the scenes content. Create video compilations and artist highlight reels for internal and external presentations. Manage quality control and ingestion of video content from external creatives. When needed, work directly with freelance creatives and manage. This is fucking crazy. So those are just the responsibilities.
That is the crazy part though. Like every goddamn job that is like out there and like their entry-level job, they literally want you to do so much for so little money. That is crazy. It's literally crazy. And you cannot even like specialize sometimes in something. Not too long ago, I applied to a web designer position. Let me remind you. And they wanted me to do ads for them, like Google Ads and all that thing. So like almost every online marketing thing that you can imagine, you have to do all of that. So the web designing was that you had to make like landing pages for them. That was the web designing part of the job. That was advertised as web designer. But other than that, you had to do like graphical jobs for them, you had to make banners for them, you have to make flyers for them, catalogs for them, and the list goes on. Like almost every online marketing thing that you can imagine, it was like a little check mark next to it that you have to do that. And it was an entry-level job advertised as web design. And like, what? They literally want people who do everything in one field and be done with it. And that's it. And just get one guy to do it all. That's most of it. And they don't pay you enough to like get a goddamn, I don't even know, like for that kind of money that I would have gotten from that job. I don't think I could have like lived on my own. I don't think so. Like even just renting an apartment would like take 60% of my money. And then what? I have to eat, I have to do stuff, I have to like live in a bit, but you don't have money for that. Saving money is what is that?
Now here are what they need from you before they even start talking to you. Possess strong attention to detail, whatever, that's just the shit they say on everyone. Extensive knowledge of the Adobe Creative Cloud, so that's like 3 years of knowledge you have to have going into this. Utilize Outlook, Monday, Sony CI, and proprietary asset systems to manage project scheduling and archival. So if you know everything about Adobe, that's not good enough. We need you to know all this shit too. Ability to work with both Mac and PC. I'm out. I can't use Macs for the life of me. Big PC guy. Consistent willingness to go above and beyond for project deliverables. And red flag, huge red flag. That's just saying we're gonna constantly ask you to work way more than we're paying you. Mind you, this is only $20 an hour. Alexa, how much is $20 an hour for a yearly salary? That is so little. $41,000 to all this? That's fucking crazy. I mean, it's not little if you live in like Topeka, but if you live in Nashville, that's probably not a living wage. Ability to interact comfortably and effectively with employees and company at all levels, including executive management, positive attitude and team player, and preferred 1 to 3 years of graphic design experience in music and entertainment business. Who has that? Who has that for an entry-level position? It's just crazy. Like, what are you supposed to do? This is just one. There's millions of people asking this much shit. But let's say you put your head in the sand and ignore all those red flags I just told you. Well, congratulations, you got your first interview. But sadly, once again, interviews are not what your dad thinks they are anymore. Interviews are no longer about how firm your handshake is or how presentable you are during the interview. Well, it is 20%.
No.
You can't just like puke on your clip-on tie and then just pretend like nothing happened. The other 80% is jumping through thousands of pointless hoops to let your future employer know that you have zero self-respect.
The thing I was talking about.
Manipulated. I mean, speaking from experience and my friend's experience, nowadays, every time you do an interview, you have to do homework. They give you homework like you're a third grader. The industry calls these job interview assignments, but I like to call them huge fucking wastes of time. Personality solving quizzes, filling out questionnaires that they would know the answers to if they just read the resume that you required me to give you. Just read the fucking resume. It's gone to the point where Indeed
jobs that you apply to, they don't even read your resume. They ask you questions, and like they ask you how much like experience you have with this and that, and it literally says it on the resume. Like, what? Huh?
A website that helps you get a job has an entire article dedicated to JIA, just like the do's and don'ts of how to actually do it, and you know how to look like a real go-getter when you're doing these things. And one of the points they make is to calculate the return of investment, the ROI on the work you're doing, because they know it's bullshit. They know, like, hey, if they're giving you too much, know to walk away, because you can't spend all your time on one job. While the hiring manager wants to find the right person for the position, it's important the project isn't too time-consuming. Most job interview assignments should only require a few hours to complete. Review what the assignment involves and consider how reasonable it is to comparison of the job you're applying for. They're saying that, yeah, a lot of these aren't worth doing because they're so time consuming that it's just not worth applying for in the first place. Is that not
That is what I was talking about. That is why I was overwhelmed.
crazy? I mean, first of all, a few hours is too much.
It's way too much.
To work for a job you know you're not going to get because the hiring manager is just going to give it to his cousin. And good God, it is so insulting that someone who knows that you are applying to 100 different companies thinks that you're going to do 3 hours worth of work for me to work at my perfect company. You need to show me how fucking limp dick you are. And sometimes it's not even like a little quiz. If you're in the coding industry, they make you do full projects to prove that they know how to code. If you go to Reddit, there are thousands of stories of people doing these coding projects and then the company just ghosts them and takes the code they made.
For me, like for online marketing and stuff, you literally have to like edit videos, edit pictures, come up with designs, create full goddamn Google Ads and everything projects, like strategies, how you would do it, and not just for one goddamn ad campaign, like multiple PPC campaigns. I wouldn't be surprised if they just use those and just sold those ideas that I made for them or some shit. Honestly.
It's what is going on? Like, what are we supposed to do anymore? What are you supposed to do to get a job without getting screwed? Are we just supposed to all work for our daddy's companies? That seems like a big step back to feudalism. Working our way back to the king shit.
We are going there, especially in the US, that's for sure.
More specifically, are a sludge to get through. But quick fun fact, if we all got together and stopped working a whole 48 hours in a general strike, things would get better for everybody. If we all just stopped working, everything would get better for everybody in America. So I don't know, maybe make a Facebook page? New videos every Saturday and Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Stay golden, Pony Boy. Fuck LaSalle Network. That was the worst job I ever worked in my life. And shout out again to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to play it free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox by clicking the link in the video description and pinned comment. New and returning players who haven't played in 6 months will also receive an exclusive bonus pack for all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles and all kinds of other goodies. This is available for a limited time only, so click that link now! Woo!
The thing is that this is not just LinkedIn. I've been trying to get into LinkedIn, and I mean, it's part of my job things, you know, with social media and all that online marketing things, so I have to like know how to use it and use it. But I just don't like it. So I use like kind of old school stuff. I use like job listing sites, and I just use my CV and like make motivational letters. And I actually made like a motivational letter, like a general one, and I always just change out the company name and stuff like that, because there is no way in hell I am going to write motivational letters to every single company when in one go I usually apply to like 10 to 20 places. I am not going to spend 5 hours or more to write a different motivational letter to every single one of them. No way. I only write like a separate or different motivational letter if I really like that job description or whatever. That's the only time I actually take the time and write a separate one. Other than that, I just send the base one and I just switch out the company name. And bro, that's not it. this is just like the preparation phase of the whole applying for a job. I make a CV, I design my own CV to look good, to look professional, to look like really good. And it is working, because ever since I made my new CV, like if I apply for like 10 to 20 jobs or something, I at least get back like 10 to 20, even more percent of the calls. So I always get back the calls. I am all like, from every goddamn like job looking for job sessions, I get calls back. But even after I get a call back, then come the stuff that he was talking about. The loops, just constantly coming. Like there's so many loops that you have to run around to get to like a personal interview. Even just to get to a personal interview. There were even like times when I got to a personal interview, but before that we had online interview and all that things. So there was already a few loops before that, like a few rounds of the application before that. And when I got to the personal interview, they made me do an online marketing, like testing, on paper. On paper. Right there in the office. Like, what is this? Like the 80s? It's like when on the goddamn university they made you write code on paper. Why do we have the computer then if you're going to make me write codes on paper? What? This is so stupid. And when you go to the workplace or when you apply to something, they usually not just make you do one type of job. Like what I said with the web designer example, they make you do the job of like more than one people. The best case. I am not going to say how many people exactly should be hired for that many types of job, but for example, for the web designer thing that I said, like let's say you hire a web designer, like a website admin or something, that's one job. That's one time. That's one job, literally. Then, just to make it simple, let's say you hire one online marketing specialist. That's like do it all. Then one more guy to do the graphical work. So like a graphic designer. That's 3 people's job in that one job application. And of course you can like tear down the online marketing to many pieces too. Like SEO specialist, SEO specialist, like a PPC specialist, social media manager, community manager. So, you know, it's like, it's insane. It's insane. It is crazy. Talking about this made me angry. Oh god. Okay. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think. Leave a like, leave a dislike, and subscribe for more. See you in the next one. Bye bye.